basically, I want to hear your take. If you were the head coach of your favorite team for this specific matchup, how would you game plan for this opponent? So we'll start with the Chiefs fans. We'll start with Axton, and then we'll go to Mike. How would you game plan for this game, Axton?
I think this one is going to kind of be. I said last week or last pod when we Chiefs were playing the Bengals that we needed them to pass the ball, and I think honestly that's going to be the way that the Chiefs are going to have to win is contain the run because that's been what's worked for the Eagles at least in the playoffs and ever since Jalen Hurts' shoulder injury, which I have a hunch is bothering him more than maybe the Eagles are even leading on. Maybe judging by the by kind of his passing stats the last couple of matchups, followed up with not even a single playoff touchdown. I think he's going to rely more on his legs and do what he does best in that regard. So I think our defensive line is going to become very important in this one. And as far as maybe the the offensive side goes, I think we're not just going to have a heyday with this defense. The Eagles' defense is too solid for us to just kind of have our way with them. I think Andy Reid's going to try to be a little bit more picky with maybe the plays that he calls. I think Jason mentioned last week or a couple weeks ago, rather, that the Eagles have been best exploited through just small chunk plays, getting 5, 6, 7 yards here and just kind of keeping the chains moving. And I think that's kind of what the Chiefs are going to have to focus on here is more of like the short passing game, doing dump offs to Pacheco. He's going to be important to kind of help us keep drives alive and keep the chains moving on offensive possessions because we really don't want to be punting the ball to an offense as good as the Eagles. And that's going to be really the only way I feel like that we're going to be able to consistently move down the field on the defense. Rely on Travis Kelce to be open in the seams in the middle of the field. Try to get a couple of dump offs to Pacheco, as I mentioned, or like say just short slants and just try to kind of inch our way down the field each time. And again, with the defense putting pressure on Jalen Hurts, we just got to try to contain that passing game because that's really going to be the way that we lose. I think we defend the run the best, but the passing game is really going to hurt us if our defensive line can't keep pressure on Hurts. Then our secondary, I don't feel like is strong enough to really keep this game as close as we need it to be.
Gotcha, gotcha. So how about you, Mike? Do you have any differing thoughts on that? And if so, or if not, who do you think are going to be the key players for the Chiefs and the Eagles in this one?
So I pretty much agree with everything Axon's saying. Another thing I'll bring up about the offensive side of the ball is I'm not the biggest McCall Hardman fan in the Kansas City Kingdom, but with him being gone and them activating CEH, I think they're actually going to use McKinnon more in the passing game, maybe even a little bit in the slot, because the problem is the wide receivers are dinged up. You had Tony dinged up. You had Hardman now officially out. I don't think CEH is the answer. If the Chiefs go and draft another guy running back, I wouldn't be upset. But I think Pacheco, like Axon said, Pacheco is going to have to be involved, but it is going to be those little chunk plays to get, break it down where you can every once in a blue moon, go down the field to MVS. If MVS doesn't have a couple decent plays, I'm going to be scared because if we don't suck the defense back to that and have, open up the seams like Axon was saying and open up that middle for Kelce, we're going to be in trouble. What really scares me is the other side of the ball. Axon brought it up, but our secondary against those wide receivers, if our secondary can't hold up, and this is me venting right now, I am going to lose my mind watching this game. Okay?
Yeah.
32nd in the league in the regular season in red zone defense. And you're going to go against Devonta Smith and freaking A.J. Brown and Dallas Goedert? Give me a freaking break. Yes, Jalen Watson has done good this year, but he is a 7th-round rookie. He will get burned. Snead is coming back after the concussion, but I still don't trust it. Juan Thornhill is good for 1 pass interference and 2 boom plays a game. I'm just worried that if Jalen's arm is good and he does get going, that if we don't bend and break, we're going to bend and shatter in the red zone, and then that's when we're going to lose the game.
Gotcha. Yeah, I think it would be wise for the Chiefs to look for quick passes. I think that they don't want to mess with the Eagles' rush defense as
Nope.
well.